Merry Halloween, my guys, girlies, and all the above. I'm cosplaying the Ronin Shogun. I will revisit her cosplay again at some point. At some point soon. I do want to get her out again, but like, I feel like doing it from half body will make me a bit more better within this Shojo Sunday video, if you get what I mean. So, like, the top half, mainly riding Shogun, bottom half, my casual trousers, because I felt like it. But it's whatever makes you comfortable. The reason why I'm riding Shogun is because she's actually really scary to me in the boss fights. So, like, she's a scary boss. I give you that, but like, she's scary, but she's fun, if you get me. Also, I feel like I haven't uploaded for like a long while. It's because I've had colds and things, and I haven't been really well. But like, now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I can film Shoujo Sunday within my compass, and I've got some other uploads that are coming in the works. But yeah. So the first thing that we're gonna look at is Corpse Party. Now, this was a game back in the day. I found out that they've recently remade the game, and I'm like, oh my god. So, like, teenage me would be like very obsessed with it because the anime at the time that I go into was really good with a really good story. So, I would probably rate it a 7 out of 10 because it is actually a decent horror series if you like look into it properly. But I would also play the games alongside the anime slash manga for Corpse Party. So like if you see like a little screen grab of the game on this video, yeah, Corpse Party 7 out of 10. Young me was obsessed with it. I really like the story and the plot line. I might investigate the remake at some point. But yeah. Next series I'm going to talk about is a series called Another. Now, this series is so underrated, but it's a good horror series. So like if you want to like probably get into like horror anime, like I highly recommend Another. The only downside to the Another anime is it's very short. There was only ever one season of it. I tried looking for like the manga. I think the manga was very short as well. It was just like very, very. I remember it being very short. Like it's like an easy series to pick up, but it's very short, which is a shame because there could have been more with it, if that makes sense. They could have had more stories to it. I really like the plot line and the amount of death in it is just bizarre. But some of the other characters die in bizarre ways, and I don't trust umbrellas anymore. So I probably would rate the Another series probably an 8 out of 10 because they were that good. But it is a big throwback anime of mine. And yeah. Next on my list is a series called Mononoke. So it's written by a woman, but like the visuals are very, very pretty. It's the series Mononoke. So like from the lore wise, it's basically like Japanese folk and myth lore with like a lot of psychological elements, and there is going to be a film about it coming out on Netflix very soon. I have yet to check out the series, but based on the art, I'd probably give it an 8 at least on my ranking scale. Okay, next on my list is a series. Well, it's the Junji Ito series, but the Tomy stories. The art in it is pretty graphic, but sometimes the art can be beautiful from Junji Ito. He's a really good horror writer, and I would recommend like looking up his work, like looking up the Junji Ito collection if you want to get into horror. And I've recently watched Tommy Part 1 and 2, and I do want to watch more of the Junji Ito collection because his stories are very interesting, and I would highly recommend you looking at Junji Ito stuff. Overall, I rate the Madoka series an 8 out of 10. I know that I've low-key hyperfixated on it for a while, and I will eventually be cosplaying Madoka on this channel. I might even do Homura one day, because I really love Homura's design, and she's really pretty. I wear glasses, and so does she. So, like, Homura needs to happen at some point. Then the next one I'm gonna go with is Hell Girl. So Hell Girl is more a psychological kind of anime, but there's something happening, like there's something different in every episode. The visuals are very nice, and it's more psychological horror, if that makes sense. So like it's something to do with like messing with your mind, if that makes sense. So like I don't think there's like a lot of body gore within it. It's more psychological, but there might be a little hint of gore here and there, but not a whole lot. So I probably would rate that a 7 out of 10. Oh god, this is where I go back to my past. I want to give my teenage self like a bit of a you know, why did you do this kind of thing. And what I'm gonna mention, I've noticed that it's coming up and it's like suddenly becoming popular again. I'm like, why is this being popular? Like, why are we reading this? That series is Vampire Night. From what I vaguely remember, the story of the Vampire Night, it does get confusing at some points, and I do get some like flashbacks to it, and I'm like, oh no, this is again. But like, I really like Zero. I really like Zero as a character. Like Zero was fit at one point in my life. Yeah. So like, if I were to revisit it, I probably would rank it like a 4 at least for the main plot and the storyline, and yeah, it was a mess at one point. I was trying to record, but my thingy activated. But we can like continue to talk with this. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about Diabolic Lovers. So like the plotline about the Diabolic Lovers is a girl walks in one day into a vampire mansion. It's a little bit like Vampire Night, but like not really. But I had a thing for one of the guy characters, which I'm gonna call him Ayato. Yeah, it is Ayato. Ayato's like the main guy. There was a computer game for it, and that's all that there is to it. For plot basis, I probably would rate it like a 5 out of 10 because them vampires are old and the relationship is kind of questionable, not gonna lie. I did watch it in my youth. I wouldn't go back on it. I mean, I was gonna consider cosplaying one of the characters back in my day, back in my youth. and that was, I think it was Kanato, because he's got like such a cute design. Like looking back on it, like Ayato is quite. I mean, Ayato's fit. Kanato is like very. He was like the honey senpai of this anime, from what I remember. Like he was like very honey senpai coded. It basically Diabolic Lovers was the Auron of, I want to say, vampires. Yeah, it was Auron with vampires. So like, I might tell that story to like future kids-in-law and like stuff like that. Just like randomly, or just like I might like randomly tell the tale to like anyone, to be honest, because I do remember it fondly, but like not a lot. Now I would have covered like manga stuff that I've covered in here, but I can't really think of any. Apart from the Junji Ito series. Apart from the Junji Ito series, like I would put the Junji Ito series in the recommendation of horror manga and stuff. I might do like a different video of like different horror mangas in general alongside the Shojo manga, if that makes sense. Like the stuff like Danganronpa, Death Note, and like many more I need to cover. I also wanna say that this is the end of my Shojo Sunday video. I'll be back with another one in November time. I'll see like what day I can film it in November. I'll likely be Comey from Comey Can't Communicate for that one, I think. And then December, I think I'm doing Nagisa from Clanad. But yeah, this is the end of my Shoujo Sunday video. If you want to check out my other Shoujo Sunday videos, they're in the playlist of my Shoujo Sundays stuff. And I will probably see you in the next video, which will probably be a different Shoujo Sunday in November time. So I will look back on this and like have like a little dash of what series I can have a look at for Shoujo Sunday in November. But yeah, I'm pretty much done now.